Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca Doyle and I'm one of the brass teachers for Blackpool Music Service, and today I'm going to be giving you your first lesson on the cornet, or you may have a trumpet. So either way, they're both very similar. So first of all, what I'm going to do is show you the cornet that I have, and we're going to discuss all the different parts of the instrument, and we're going to actually have a listen to the instrument as well, and then we're going to learn how to make a sound on the instrument. I'm going to learn our first note today as well. So before we even get the instrument out of its case, what I want you to remember, please everyone, is that before you get it out, you need to make sure you have the logo or the badge of the case pointing up towards the ceiling. So make sure that that is on the top. Okay, and a good idea as well is to have the handles or the clips pointing towards you as well. Okay, so normally I would have it facing me like this when I open it, but just so that you can see, I've got it facing towards you for now. So when you open the lid, inside you will see the cornet or the trumpet, and you will also have a little hole with the mouthpiece in as well. Alright, so it's important you have it that way around so that when you open your case, your instrument's the right way around, and then your cornet or your trumpet won't fall out. Okay, simple as that. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you all the different parts of the instrument and see if you can tell me what they are once we've been through it. Okay, so we have obviously our cornet here, and the mouthpiece is here. So the mouthpiece is what we blow into, and the mouthpiece slots into the lead pipe here, and when we put it in, it's a good idea just to push gently and give it a little twist to the side. So if you just twist a little bit, it keeps it in place. Okay, what we've got to try and avoid to do is to bang it, push it, do this. Yeah, that's not a good thing to do because it will get stuck in if you do that. Okay, so this is your mouthpiece first of all. On the top here we have 3 valves, and the valves are going to basically enable us to play different notes and change the pitch that we play. At the end of our instrument, at the end of the cornet, we have the bell, and that opens out, so that allows the sound to come out of the bell. We have some slides on our instrument as well. We have a main slide here, and we also have a few other smaller slides as well. Your slides are not actually needed at the moment, so if you just keep your slides where they are, because you don't actually need to use them just yet. And then at the end of your instrument, you will see you've got a little device here. It's called a water key. Now you will probably have another one on your other slide here. You'll probably have 2, and I just have the one here. So the water key is there because when you've been playing, after a while of playing, you will find water starts to collect inside your instrument. And the reason water collects inside is because you're blowing warm air through the instrument, and that warm air, once it cools down, will leave a little bit of water left behind, usually collecting in this pipe here, in this tube here. And so you'll just need to let that water out. So in order to let the water out, all you have to do is just push the water key and blow some air gently, like that. You may need to waddle the valves a little bit as well, and any water will just trickle out of the bottom. Okay, and you probably won't even need to use that for a while. You have to have been playing for quite a while for any water to collect inside. So those are the main parts of the instrument. So let's just see if we can remember what I said they were called. So shout out now if you can remember the name of this. If you said mouthpiece, very good, well done. And what do we have here on the top? These are the valves. Okay, those are the valves. At the end of our instrument here, if you said the bell, well done. And I said there's a main one and some other smaller ones. We have slides, and here at the end to let out the water is the water key. Okay, very good, well done everyone. Right, so what we're going to learn next is actually how to hold our instrument correctly. Okay, so when you're holding your instrument, it's important that you hold the weight of the instrument with your left hand, and your right hand is doing all the work essentially, because it's going to be pressing down your valves. Okay, so make sure your left hand is gripped around. Now, in order to check, a little trick is just to do an L shape with your hands, and then you know which is your left from your right. So L for left, I know that's my left hand. You're looking at me back to front, remember? So if I turn your direction, you know this is your left hand, okay? And your left hand is going to wrap around the valve casing here. So if you make your hand into like a little curly C shape, or like you're holding an apple, like this, you can wrap your hand around like so. Okay, and you probably will find on your instrument that you might have a little horseshoe shape here to show where your thumb needs to go. Okay, and then you wrap your fingers around the other side. You might have a little ring here attached to the slide. You can put your finger through if you want, but you don't have to. You can just put your hand like that if that feels more comfortable. So once your hand is in that place, you then need to use your right hand to put the fingers onto each valve. Okay, now you will need just to place your thumb underneath this lead pipe here. It doesn't need to go right the way under, but if you just rest it under like that, and your little finger, your pinky finger, just needs to tuck behind this hook here. Okay, so once you've done that, you should have each finger 1, 2, 3 on each valve. Okay, so we have valve number 1. Use your pointing finger for valve number 1. Give that a waddle now if you can for me. Okay, give that a little waddle. Then we've got valve number 2. Use your middle finger, your longest one, on valve number 2. Give that a waddle. And then your third valve, the one furthest away from you, you're going to be using this third finger. Now this is one of our weaker fingers, okay, the ring finger. So it's next to your little pinky finger, and I want you to try your best to use that third finger and wiggle up and down that third valve. Okay, so those are your 3 valves. Now when you're holding your instrument, do try your best to have a little bit of space between the instrument and your hand. As you can see, there's quite a lot of space between my hand and the instrument, so I'm not wrapping my hand really tight up against it. That's not good, because then you're very stiff, and that's really hard then to press your valves and be really flexible with your fingers. And you want the ends, the pads of your fingers, to be on each valve top like that. Okay, so that's the way in which we hold our instrument. So now I've shown you how to hold it. I will just play a little bit on the instrument. I'll play a little tune which you may recognise, and it's just so that you get to hear the sound of the instrument. So, do you know what that tune was? If you do, you can say so now. And it was When the Saints Go Marching In. You may well have heard that tune before. Even if you didn't know the name of it, I'm sure you've heard the tune. Okay, so that's what your cornet sounds like. Okay, to give you an idea of what it will sound like when you practice your instrument. So what we're going to start with is we're actually going to just start with the mouthpiece itself. So I'd like to remove your mouthpiece now for me. So give it a little twist and a pull. Remove your mouthpiece. Just place your instrument down nice and safely. And we're going to actually learn how to make a sound on the mouthpiece first of all. So some of you may be saying, well, you just blow into it, yeah, to get a sound, which is important. Yes, we do need to blow in order to get a sound, but it's not just blowing air that will make a sound. We have to do something else as well. Some of you may know this. What we have to do is we have to put our lips together and make the lips vibrate in order to get a sound. So if you watch how I do this, I'm going to put my lips together as if I'm going to say the letter P. So fairly tight in the corner, like that. And then as I blow air through my mouth, my lips vibrate and make this noise. Okay? So once we've got that vibration there, that's going to enable us to get a sound on the mouthpiece. So first of all, just see if you can do it with your lips. Just have a go at doing what I just did then. By all means, pause the video if you want to practice it as well. Okay, so what we're now going to do is see if we can add the mouthpiece in and get a sound. So if you watch me, I'm going to do it with my lips again and then put the mouthpiece to my lips to show how it makes a buzzing sound. So by adding the mouthpiece in, okay, and we get that vibration then from our lips going straight through the mouthpiece. So we need to blow air and get the lips buzzing. So just give that a try now. Okay, great, fantastic. Right, so let's move on now. So we're going to actually just try and make some sounds on our mouthpiece. So I'm going to buzz on my mouthpiece and then I'm going to buzz a rhythm. A rhythm is essentially a pattern of sounds. So I'm going to buzz a rhythm and I want you to try your best to buzz this rhythm back, to copy it back. Okay, so here's the first rhythm. I'm going to buzz and then you repeat back after me. Your turn. My turn. your turn. Great, well done, well done. So at this point now you may be thinking, this is really hard, or I can't actually get a sound just yet, which is absolutely fine. So by all means stop the video and have a little practice, because it does take time. It does really take some time, so it's absolutely fine if you didn't quite get it straight away. Practice makes perfect, so you'll get much better at it in time. Right, so now that we've had a go at buzzing on the mouthpiece, the next thing we're going to do is then have a little try on the instrument. So I'd like you to push your mouthpiece gently in and give it a little twist, like so. And we're going to learn our first note. So I'm going to play you the note C, and it involves not pressing any of the vowels down at all. So we call that open when we don't press any vowels down. So have a listen to the note C. Okay, so the sound of the note C is a fairly low pitch. Okay, so this first note we're learning to play is quite low in pitch. So when we blow into our instrument, we don't need to blow too hard. We can blow the air through nice and gently, and we don't need our lips to be too tight. We can be quite relaxed with the lips. So remember what I was talking about. So make sure that the corners are like so that we try not to blow out our cheeks, okay? And then we're blowing air through our lips like this. Okay, so I want you to give it a try now. Breathing in through your mouth and blowing into the cornet and seeing if you can get the note C for me. Just give it a try now. Okay, great. So here's the note again for you, just to check to see if you think you've got the same note as me. So that's the note we're aiming to get at the moment. So well done if you managed to do that. And any note at this point, at this level, if any note you get is really good. It's a really good start. So even if you got some other sounds, if you manage to get a sound, you're doing really, really well. So well done. So what we're going to do next is we're going to see if we can hold that note for a count of 10. See if we can get to 10 seconds in one breath. You might not manage that yet, but give it a try. So I'm just going to show you my note and I'm going to hold it for 10. So here's the 10 clicks I'm going to give you. So I want you to try your best to get to 10 clicks, okay? So off you go, try your very, very best. I'm going to now click for you, see if you can manage 10, okay? So I'll give you a count. I'll give you 1, 2, ready, play, and then we'll start to have a go, okay? 1, 2, ready, play. And stop. Good effort, well done. Excellent. So it may be at first you manage a few seconds, you may have got to 10. Fantastic. You may think actually 10 seconds was really easy, I can get longer than that. So that's something you can try, and it's really good practice to see if you can make your notes last a really long time. Okay, so make it fun and see if you can beat yourself, or get someone to count how many seconds you can manage in one breath. So that's the note C I want you to be practicing, seeing how long you can make that note last. And we're just going to also do one more thing before we finish today, and that's just to try out some rhythms again on the note C. So I'm going to play a rhythm, and I'd then like you to have a go at copying it back after me. Okay, so here's your first rhythm. I'm going to do 4 rhythms all together. Here's rhythm number 1. See if you can copy it back. My turn. Great, well done. Right, so we've come to the end of our first lesson today. So thank you very much for joining me and giving it a try. Very well done. And what I'd like to be doing this week between now and our next lesson is to, first of all, see if you can get a buzzing sound. So vibrating the lips first and trying out a buzzing sound on the mouthpiece. Okay, so that's the first thing to try. Then you can be having a go at the note C that we played today. So note C, no vowels pressed down or open, and seeing how long you can hold that note for. Remembering that when we breathe in through our mouth, okay, and you blow in the air out gently, and the note that you're getting is a fairly low pitch. So that will be the note C. And try out some rhythms as well. You can be doing the rhythms on the mouthpiece like we did, and you can also be trying out rhythms on note C as well. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.